The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honest.
Well, it was a common sight in the 80s and 90s. Not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers. One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game?
All day, baby, let's go! Let's go!
Here we go, set, 30 base.
In your face.
Switch it, get it.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And right away they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. 23 yards on the tuck and run. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
it was you.
Be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
He'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. That's caught by Hollister. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 18. Out of the gun, Stafford. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. And that's complete to Cooks. A gain there of 21 yards.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Stafford now to throw. Screen play, Johnson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Stafford going to get this one to Johnson, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, how you guys didn't come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Stafford delivers this to Hockenson, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. To the air again, Stafford. The quick slant caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal. Now Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson there to make the grab. And the Lions have taken the lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A 21-yard touchdown run. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go!
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Set!
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. Complete to Jones. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford, he gets it to Cooks. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big play there for Detroit. 49 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. This complete to Jones. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Stafford to the end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, but now it's 3rd and goal.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendon. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Ty Johnson there to make the grab. And the Lions are once again going to retake the lead. Prater for the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Flush to his right. And he coughed it up. And this is scooped up by the Lions. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. Huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Extra point good by Prater, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pickup there, 26 yards. 2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report in a bit. The coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now it's Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Make that now 3 first-half touchdown passes for Matthew Stafford. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Go now. 90 wolf.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now. 6-6. Bullet high. Hey, Echo. Shoot.
They'll look to throw here. Deep ball for Goodwin. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 68 yards. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. I love watching Goodwin play. Of course, everybody knows the story of him being an Olympian. He's a long jumper,
yes,
right?
Yes.
But you know that he has that athleticism, that big playability.
He certainly does. And not only was he an Olympian as a long jumper, married to a sprinter. How about that for speed in one family? And I love his end zone celebrations now. When he does go deep and beat someone for a touchdown, now he does the long jump as his celebration. Pretty cool deal.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
Here's Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
You must be dreaming.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Being chased out left. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime. Who will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? 2 more quarters to go. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48.
Recon, 132 fighter. Goodbye.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going for the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 39 yards there, a big one. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, but it's going to be second down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's and across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. From 13 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing is Stafford. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They go play action here on first down. That's complete to his speedy wideout, Goodwin. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Flushed out right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Darius Slay with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Deep ball for Goodwin. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Escaping the pressure, and he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Romeo Okwara, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Dumping it off for Johnson. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Complete to Marvin Jones. 5 yards on the play, and it's 3rd down.
Set. Go 20. 54. Right 54. He can't hang.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
And we'll see what his offense can do. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Ready?
They'll drop the throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
He'll fire one. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford. And thanks to the interception, the Lions offense cashes in with 6. Prater for the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Here we go. Ready? Mike 51. Mike 51. Hey, Charlie. Right up.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone, a scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause.
Their catch made at the 25-yard line. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Shakes 3, 218, chopper. Get it.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They're going to look to throw. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Derrick Henry. He scored on the ground and through the... And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. Well, Charles, fans around here, they were already talking Super Bowl. They've made plans. You just can't look past anybody in this league, especially this deep into the playoffs.
You would think that every year that message would sink in, and it feels like every year we see something like this, especially the way they're handling them. All right? You didn't expect this part to happen, but when you're playing this deep in the playoffs, every team's dangerous.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play action. Stafford. Underneath for Johnson. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The Niners take over
Let's
1st
go,
and
boys.
10
Let's go.
at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
61.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
61. Matchbox lights out.
Now back to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Ty Johnson, his second touchdown of the night. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point good by Prater. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Okay, ready?
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Buying time to his left. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. On the return, here's Agnew. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. He's picked off at his own 47. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
On 2nd down now, it's Coleman. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. On play action, they'll throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 12. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Stafford going to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Running from the gun, Johnson. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Pettis once again the target, and it's 3rd down.
Hey. Ready?
They'll look to throw here. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Agnew now to return. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Prater for the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
The score, Lions 63, 49ers 31.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And they get to hoist the Hallis Trophy. Unbelievable victory. Moving on to the Super Bowl.
I only hope that these players understand exactly who is behind that trophy. George S. Hallis, one of the creators of this great game of football of ours and creator of the NFL. What an amazing feeling and an amazing accomplishment.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.